partner at Leigh, I specialise in asbestos diseases, and my dad died from asbestos disease 20 years ago. But firstly, I just want to say I'm sorry I didn't make it on Friday, because I love coming to the Hazards Conference. And for many years, I come here every year and I learn so much. You know, and every year, I mean, all of you, you know, Hilda, Janet, all the Hazards colleagues, you know, every year there's always something to learn. So I apologise for missing Friday, and Nick's given me a film which I can catch up on. So if I'm repeating anything, it's because I'm here on Friday. What I wanted to do was just highlight what the asbestos industry, the strategies of the asbestos industry, what they're doing. And I wanted to basically, and I've seen the bags, the hazards bags this year, where they've actually said, if you expose us, we will expose you. That message is so apt and it's so important. I want to basically say, do not be intimidated. Do not speak up and speak out. And I want to show you examples of cases which I've been involved in, which we've actually done that, and I'll show you examples. Right, the first is a spy case. Some of you may or may not know, but there was somebody called Rob Moore, and he befriended many campaigners, asbestos campaigners. He befriended, some of you may know, Laurie Casanallen, Rory O'Neill. He befriended me, he befriended so many people, and he actually came to conferences, not just campaigning conferences, but he also came to medical conferences. And he was, in fact, the way we found out he was a spy was I had a tip off on going home. I was going home one night in October, and I got a phone call, and I was asked how I knew this man and how my involvement with him, and I just said, well, yeah, I know him. He wants me to help him set up an asbestos charity. So I was then told, and this is during a telephone call at 9 o'clock at night, saying he's a spy. We've got good reason to believe he's a spy, and so don't trust him, don't work with him. And I was so scared, I was thinking, my God, what sort of message is that I received on a phone call at 9 o'clock at night? Am I seriously supposed to go back to my flat? On being told someone who I believed to be one of us, to be a campaigner, is actually a spy. So I didn't sleep at night. I went home, I went to work the next day, and I said to one of my colleagues, we've got to figure out what the hell this is. And I was told I couldn't actually tell anybody initially because of various reasons, libel or whatever. But after a while, I insisted, and so I was asked if I could warn the other campaigners. So I rang a few people. I rang Laurie and I rang a few other people, and I told them that this man who they thought of as son, a brother, and a best friend was actually a spy. I'm sure they thought that I'd been drinking. Seriously, there's no way I can do it. This isn't right. So I then, because I was anxious, I was thinking, well, what information has he got from me? Why did he spy on us? And who told him to spy on us? And so all these questions were going round and round my head. So eventually, I convinced, because I couldn't be a lawyer in my own case, so that's me, Bains and others. So I convinced one of my partners in my law firm to be the lawyer. So we eventually started a court case against this man called Rob Moore. And we got him to disclose by court order 300,000 documents. And those documents showed that he'd actually recorded conversations. So he'd basically gone out to people's houses to, they thought they'd invited him in to have dinner and chat. And he'd been taping the whole conversation throughout. And we found transcripts, we found out, I've seen conversations that he's had with people, it's just horrendous. So what he did was, we then said to the court, well, we've seen these, but now we want to know who hired him. And at first he said, no, I can't tell you because my life's in danger and it's so scary, and if I tell you my life is in danger. This is what he actually said to the court. And the court, and we said to the court, well, what about our lives? If his life is in danger, what about the campaigner's life? So eventually the judge agreed that he had to reveal who had employed him, who had told him to do this. So we then found out he was employed by a corporate intelligence agency called K2. Now K2 is a well-known corporate intelligence agency. It's got offices in London, it's got offices in New York, it's got offices all over the world. And it basically goes around pretending to be a corporate, intelligence, under the guise of corporate intelligence. But what it's actually doing, what it did in this case, is spying. That's the word for it, spying. It sounds better probably saying corporate intelligence agencies. So K2 were his employers, and then we said to the judge, well, we want to know who K2's clients were. And K2 said, we can't reveal that because that's private and confidential, that's our client. We're not allowed to reveal the identity of our client. But again, we went back to the court, and the court said, no, you have to tell Bains and the others who actually hired you, who your client is. And we found out it was the Kazakhstan asbestos industry. So the Kazakhstan asbestos industry is sending out spies to attend conferences just like this. So before we move on, is there a spy in the Because you might as well tell us now, because we'll find out one day. So, and if we do, we'll expose it just like we exposed Rob Moore. So why go through all that? Why you just tell us now? So, and the reason they wanted to spy on us was because they wanted to find out how we were being funded. Why these anti-asbestos campaigners like me and all the others in this room were saying asbestos is dangerous. They wanted to know why we were saying that, who was giving us money to say that, and what our strategies were. Where were we intending to target next to get a bag? So that's why they hired him, and they actually paid him just his expenses alone were just under £1 million, just under £500,000. So it's worth a lot of money. So we found that out. So I just want to say, don't be intimidated. If you find yourself to be in the same position, because as I said, it does cause anxiety, but at the end of the day, it's far better speaking up and speaking out. Do not be intimidated. So that's one case. The next case is something which the Asbestos Victims Forum UK. Graham Dring, as some of you know, he's the chair of the forum. And this is a case in which I found out, this is a case which involved Cape, which is a manufacturer of asbestos. Some of you may have heard. It's a big, well-known international company. It's been manufacturing asbestos since the 1950s. And it's made billions of pounds from manufacturing asbestos products such as asbestos sheets, asbestos pipes, and all sorts of things. And what happened was Cape Intermediate Holdings Limited was being sued by a company called Concept 70 and others. And Concept 70 and others was in reality a conglomerate of insurance companies. And the reason the insurers were suing Cape was because the insurance companies they were saying to Cape for years, we've had to pay out compensation to victims of asbestos disease. We've paid out because we act for the employers who have been sued by the employees because you've caused them harm, you've negligently exposed them to asbestos. And we've had to pay out billions of pounds of compensation. We want you to pay us a percentage, about 20% of all that compensation we have to pay out. We want you to pay us because we used your products. We, the employer, used Cape's manufactured products, and that's it's because of you that for years we've been had to pay out this compensation. So basically, it was a 6-week trial between two big insurers. Cape against insurance companies. So it was a 6-week trial, and I knew it was going on, and I kept thinking, well, at the end of the court hearing, those documents will be useful to the Asbestos Forum, and the Asbestos Forum were aware of it. But what happened just before the judgment was given, the two parties, so Cape and Concept 70, decided to have an agreement, and part of that agreement was, so they settled before the judge gave his judgment. Part of that agreement was they were going to destroy all the documents that had come out in disclosure. And I got a tip off that they were going to disclose them. And luckily enough, the Asbestos Victims Forum immediately agreed to be the client. So we went to court and we got an injunction to stop the documents from being destroyed. The reason Graham and the Asbestos Victims Forum wanted these documents is because they were fully aware that these documents will show how dangerous asbestos insulation board really is, because the levels of the safety levels have been set by, the documents also show that the actual safety levels have actually been set by CAPE's own in-house scientists. So that's why they're trying to hide these documents and not let them see the light of day. So we went to the court, got an injunction to stop the documents from being disclosed. We then eventually won in the High Court, and the judge said all these documents have to be handed over to the Asbestos Victims Forum because they want to hand them over to the public. They want to be able to show how dangerous asbestos really is. And CAPE appealed when we won that in the High Court. They then won it in the Court of Appeal, and again CAPE appealed, and it's now gone to the Supreme Court, and the judgment is going to come out 10 o'clock on Monday morning. So we won't find out until Monday whether the judges in the Supreme Court agree whether or not Graham is allowed to have these documents. I can't stress enough, how important it is to have these documents, because all along, people like all the lawyers in this room, when we're dealing with cases, we sometimes lose cases where we can't prove that our client was exposed to a high enough level to win the case to asbestos. So the reason CAPE wants them hidden and not hand them over is because they realise they're going to show the truth of how dangerous asbestos insulation board really is. Oops. Right, the next case is a case in which I acted for, some of you may know Dr. Robin Rudd. Dr. Robin Rudd is an expert in asbestos-related diseases. He acts on behalf of, he's done many reports for victims of asbestos-related disease, and he goes to court. And he's been doing this for nearly 40 years. And most defendant companies really do fear when he goes to court because he's great, and he's done it for his client. So what the asbestos industry tried to do, someone called Mr. Bridle, John Bridle, some of you may have heard of him. He's somebody who's been an advocate saying that chrysotile white asbestos isn't dangerous. He's obtained an honorary professorship from a Russian university because of the good work they say he's done in promoting the use of chrysotile. And even to this day, he lives in Wales, and he says he's got a company called JMS Bridal Limited, and he says white asbestos is safe, cement is safe. And he actually has on his website a paper which says something like asbestos is safer than water. So Robin, what he did was he wrote to the General Medical Council, and he complained about Dr. Rudd. He said Dr. Rudd is preparing these reports on behalf of patients and clients who are dying of asbestos disease, but the only reason he's doing this is because he's being paid by lawyers. And he said he complained, and he wanted Dr. Rudd to be struck off by the General Medical Council. He complained, and Dr. Rudd telephoned and contacted me and said, what can I do about this? Because the General Medical Council had told him if he had one more complaint like this, he would be investigated. And when somebody is being investigated by the General Medical Council, it takes over your life. So effectively, he actually said in court to John Bridle, we're trying to shut down Dr. Rudd. So the court actually agreed with us, and the court has actually described, we won the case, they've described John Bridle as dishonest, disingenuous, and a liar. So that's exactly what Dr. Rudd wanted. And what's real fast about this case is, so John Bridle started, his aim was to get this doctor struck off, but in fact, he's now been discredited. So that's... So again, what I wanted to do is to simply say, my message is, just like Hazard, speak up and speak out. Okay?